Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to give you a little bit more depth on what QuickLink Items is, how it works, and some secrets behind it. I already did an introduction video where I briefly showed how it works, but today I want to give you a little bit of background on why I created it, how it works, and why it's so efficient and fast, as well as a cool new update. If you want to support me or check out this plugin itself, you can go to the link in the description to purchase it. It's an After Effects general plugin file menu item where essentially you just go to File and click on QuickLink Items, and it will ask you where you want to look for your items, and within seconds or minutes, depending on how broad of a drive you select, it's going to find and replace all of those items. So to start, why did I make QuickLink Items? Well, I noticed this product called File Hunter by Plugin Everything. Shout out to James if he's the one that developed this. It was a really cool tool, but it was discontinued because I was looking for a way to replace a whole bunch of old files that I had no idea where they might be. I have a whole bunch of drives on my computer, but I didn't know where to look, and it was taking forever to go through terabytes and terabytes. So what File Hunter did great was it was a script that would look through your After Effects project, and it would replace them by you choosing a folder to look through, and it would replace them as best as it could. But there are a lot of issues with it that I'm like, we can do better than that. The product doesn't exist anymore, so let's just go for it. So the first things that I noticed were issues with it is one, you have to choose the search depth. So you select a folder to look in, but then you have to choose how many levels deep you're looking in. As an experienced computer user and programmer, that makes some sense, but the idea would be to make this as simple and fast as possible. You don't want the user to be confused by any settings, so I think it would be best just to remove that altogether. The only input the user needs to give is where to look. Everything else should be done automatically, in my opinion. The second thing I noticed is that it only worked with English or Latin-based alphabets. So if you had things in different languages that were non-Latin, I don't know, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Arabic, all kinds of different scripts were not working with this tool. So I wanted to provide something that would work, as there are many people who need to find missing files, of course. And one of the things I was trying to see if I could get work, which ended up not working out, is it can't relink Photoshop or Illustrator files which contain multiple layers. This is actually a thing that I still cannot do. No one can do because of a scripting limitation that doesn't give us enough granularity over the selection of those kind of layers and how to replace or import them. But alas, I noticed these problems and I wanted to figure out the best course of action to make it work. So as I mentioned, I really wanted this to be a one input from the user, and everything else is done automatically. I also thought about, what if the user has no clue where their stuff is located and they just want to select a big drive where everything might be located? Thinking about how scripting works with files and recursiveness, that would be so slow to go through even hundreds or thousands of files with a pure script. So I knew that we're going to need something more powerful than just a JavaScript script. Secondly, running scripts in After Effects can be quick, but it can also just be slightly slow if you just want to do something really fast. You have to go to File, Scripts, Run Script File, and navigate to your script file if you remember where that is. But with a plugin, which I chose to go with, we can integrate it directly into the After Effects menus, making it super easy to find, only one click required. So I chose the File menu and QuickLink Items, which is a super nice place, and all you have to do is click it. Then, as I mentioned, I only wanted a single input from the user. Where do you want to look? And all you have to do is select a drive that you want to look through. If you know a more specific folder, maybe it's in here, then you can go into that and it will find it much faster. I'm going to go ahead and make my image sequence here missing to illustrate how it works, because in the latest 1.1 update, which we just released, users had a ton of sequences that they were unable to replace, EXR sequences, all of that kind of stuff. So we added support for that. So if I go ahead and search here in my music folder where I know it's located, just to be quick, we'll hit OK, and boom, image sequence replaced properly. And of course, the other thing, I'm not 100% File Hunter did, I wanted to have a log to display all the useful information afterwards. So in this case, we just have a simple script window that pops up. It tells us out of the 2 missing items, we found both of them. Found. This one was an image sequence was the file name, and this one was 0001.png. And here is where we found them. So super useful, super quick display, and just gives you a full breadth if you have a ton of missing stuff, what you didn't find if you have a very complex project. Most of my testing, I didn't use super complex in-depth projects, which is why we noticed this EXR or image sequence missing capability, but this will help with much more complicated projects. So again, if you have QuickLink items and you were frustrated because image sequences weren't working quite right, or if you had similar issues to other users who noticed some things were being replaced incorrectly, we've modified and fixed those issues. There was an issue where we were using the actual name of this, which can be modified. You can call this whatever you want. And if you can't find that on the hard drive, you're not going to find it. So we changed it to be a reference to the original file name, which is the appropriate way to find the missing files. So that's kind of the inspiration for it and how it works and a cool update. Now I want to give you a little bit of inside peek on how it works. I'm not going to show you too much, but it is pretty cool the way I figured it out. So as you know, it starts off as a menu item in After Effects. That's an After Effects general plugin, or AEGP. This is a type of plugin I think is really missing from the market. I plan to make a lot more of them. I actually should have a tutorial linked up here where you can learn how to make them yourself. Pretty simple, but I wanted to have that sort of super easy to access menu item. So I knew C++ or a plugin was going to be at least part of the equation of creating this tool. But then as I looked into the actual support for what we can do in terms of navigating the After Effects items, finding what's missing, replacing those, the plugin API was a little bit clunky and not super easy to use. So what I thought was maybe I can go from a plugin and communicate with a script and then maybe back to the plugin. So the first thing I did was I chose to use a script. Once you hit that button, once you hit the QuickLink Items button, the first thing that actually happens in the background is as you can see, we have no missing items detected in our project. That's because it's running some JavaScript code. And the JavaScript code, script code, is looking through all of the items in our project and saying, oh, this one's missing, and this one's missing. Write those to a file. So simply done, we write all of the missings to a text file in the QuickLink Items folder in the documents. This is so that we can have an access point for both the script and the plugin to communicate via. There are ways to sort of return information from a script that is run in a plugin, but for these purposes, I found it easier just to do this. So after it writes the names of any missing items, let's say image sequence is written. Well, in this case, it's the source to this image sequence that is written to the missing file. What do we do next? Well, as I mentioned, we have these missing files identified. We have a list of the names. Now we need to have a pop-up for the user. And as you know, we have the pop-up here to choose a folder. This is actually the only input that's required. So if the user chooses the folder, it's going to then have a link to that folder. Let's say they just choose the C drive, and they chose the C drive. That is remembered. Now what we do, as I mentioned, the scripting code is super slow when dealing with recursiveness and lots of folders and files. So the solution here was to use C++ to make it super fast. I knew there had to be a very fast way to do this in C++. Turns out the Boost library is the way to go. Boost is a plugin library that you can often use, in fact need to use for the new After Effects plugins GPU setup, but it also contains a whole bunch of useful things like file system that we are using in this case. So we send the actual path that the user chose to Boost, and we just tell it, go through every single folder, every single file, down from the very top all the way to the bottom, no matter how many. It's a recursive pass, so as many folders and files as you have, it's going to search through each and every one of them. And through testing, you can actually go through an entire drive in not much time at all. I chose my whole C drive just now, and it's already found all of that stuff. So I found using C++, we can get the speed required to just select an entire drive if you want, and find that within the time it takes you to make a coffee, or even the time it takes you to just readjust yourself in your seat. So that was a cool breakthrough. We went from a script, just writing the missing files, then we went back to a plugin in order to find the missing files. It does that big recursive search and references that missing text file. It says, hey, this file name that we just are looking at matches what's in this text file. We need to remember that. So it remembers that. Then it runs a second script. The second script simply runs the replace operation. In After Effects scripting, there is a .replace method, which you can replace an existing item like this with a new file. And in the case of sequences, there is a different bit of code required. So we added that recently, but it's a simple one line of code to replace anything. So we have a script that runs that. And finally, once it's gone through all of the replacements required, we have a script which generates dynamically this results or log window. And yes, in terms of the C++, there's not a lot of lifting being done. It's just doing the actual menu item creation as well as the searching recursively through the folders. A lot of the heavy lifting is almost secretly done via these scripts, which are embedded directly into here. Developed in Extend script, then embedded in here. I kind of have a process to go back and forth. So that's kind of a detailed look and some behind the scenes of my newest product, QuickLink Items. You can again check it out in the description down below. And I really do think After Effects general plugins, which add features that are missing from After Effects, are a great way to break into the industry of plugin making, as well as to get some attention, because they're very seldom done. I don't see huge creators. Mostly they're making extensions or effect plugins. No one's adding the functionalities that people are missing in After Effects. So look into making After Effects general plugins and see what other features you can make. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy using QuickLink Items as much as I did creating it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.